Good morning, everybody. Last night, or yesterday, Justin Trudeau did a town hall in BC, and he had a lot of questions to answer, and he answered them poorly, as usual. He has talking points, and if your question hits on any of the talking points that he wants to talk about, he will just talk about those talking points. That's what he's programmed to do. That's what he's designed to do. That's his job, right? And so the question ultimately is, what is the acceptable number of Canadian lives lost as a result of your policies on refugees? Now, a couple of notes before we get into this. This video interface is really bad. It jumps around. So if it jumps around on me, I'm going to pause the recording. I'm going to find where we were and go carry on, because I've had to scrap this video a couple of times because this is such an awful interface. A couple of other things to note. There are people in the crowd whose job it is to incite the crowd and to applaud when Justin Trudeau expects applause, boo when Justin Trudeau expects boos, etc. When this gentleman's question is done, you can hear a smattering of applause and boos. When Justin Trudeau hits an applause line, you can hear raucous applause, and that's not because the crowd is really enthusiastic necessarily, but because there are people whose job it is to build it up, right? So this question is well asked. I have tabs and tabs of proof that what Justin Trudeau is saying is either not true or an evasion of the truth, or just a dodge of the question, or just word salad. We're gonna look at a phrase that he says, and I have no idea what he even means by it. I don't know if he does either. So here we go. Please bear with me with the video interface. It's really awful. Okay, here we go.
Settlement of refugees. In July 2017, a child named Marissa Chen was found dead in a public park near her home in Burnaby. Last year, police charged with murder a 28-year-old man named Ibrahim Ali, a Syrian refugee who had come to Canada 3 months before Marissa Chen was killed. In an interview you did with Maclean's, the interviewer said, quote, "A lot of people say that if it hadn't been for the surge in Syrian refugees after the 2015 election, this guy would not be here." To which you replied, "I'm not one of those people who says that." My question is, can you guarantee that Marissa Chen was not killed by a Syrian refugee who came to Canada after you were elected? And if not, what in your opinion is the acceptable number of Canadian lives lost as a result of your policies on refugees?
So I told you we were going to hear from a wide range of perspectives, and I think I understand your concerns, sir, and I understand the frustration. Violent crime and what Marissa Chen's family has gone through and what the community has gone through. Any violent crime, any violent murder is a terrible tragedy, and we have a judicial system, and we have a process through which to go there. But the generalizations and the danger that we get in tying things like immigration policies to incidents like this is something that I don't entirely know is helpful or useful in a diverse, pluralistic, inclusive society like ours.
You see the clapper?
The safety and well-being of all Canadians.
I'm going to pause him here, and I want to show you a couple of things just before we go. He said we have a judicial process, and I just want to show you 3 articles in Justin Trudeau's Canada. The judicial process has failed multiple times in Justin Trudeau's Canada. Teen girls weep as judge dismissed sexual assault charges from West Edmonton Mall. Solomon Haj Solomon was arrested in February 2017 after several teenagers being reported being touched by a man in the West Edmonton water park. He was acquitted of all charges. 6 counts of sexual assault and 6 counts of sexual contact with a child. In another article, judge gave excessively light sentences to avert deportation of refugees who threatened to kill police. Appeal in court. I'm not going to go through this one. I did a whole video on it. Link is in the description. Here's a third one. Windsor man sentenced related to indecent act at aquatic center. Hassan al-Hadri, or Hariri, pled guilty last month to the May 2016 incident. He gave Al-Hariri a suspended sentence of 24 months of probation. Light sentence there. Al-Hariri pled guilty to assault and an indecent act after he was caught pleasuring himself in the shower at the Windsor International Aquatic and Training Center in May 2016. He was also seen giving a young person a consensual back massage. Al-Hariri is 37 years old, Syrian refugee, who arrived in Canada just 3 months prior to this incident. Are we safer? Marissa Chen? Syrian refugee Ibrahim Ali is charged with the murder of Vancouver schoolgirl Marissa Chen, 13, a case that's stunned Canada. This person was a Syrian refugee that came in under Trudeau's fast-tracked program. And so, that's interesting that Mr. Trudeau is being so evasive about answering this question and trying to use terms like tying immigration policies to incidents like this is not helpful or useful in diverse, pluralistic societies like ours. Well, Mr. Trudeau, the facts are there. There are ties. This man was a Syrian refugee in Vancouver, and he killed a 13-year-old Canadian. You seem to be forgetting that, sir. And you try to conflate that with all of our children. Well, it just makes it more scary, not less scary. So, okay, back to Trudeau's answer, and this is carrying on.
Canadians is at the forefront of our responsibility as government, responsibility as a society.
So I want to point this out. He says safety of Canadians, safety and well-being is at the forefront of government society. What do you mean? What exactly do you mean by this statement? I have no clue what he means. Does he mean that safety and well-being is the forefront, the first job of a government? Because then I would agree with you. But he kind of half says government and flubs a bit and then says society. So is he trying to absolve himself of the responsibility of safety and security? Because he's right. He should be securing our border. He does have that responsibility. Why is he not following through? Why is he abdicating that responsibility? Here it is again.
The safety and well-being of all Canadians is at the forefront of our responsibility as government, responsibility as a society.
What? Maybe practice saying government a few times, Mr. Trudeau. Okay, back to him.
And we need to do everything we can to keep all our children safe. But to set up a false dichotomy that says, well, part of everything we need to do to keep Canadians safe is to keep people from a way out of this country is simply not the way we are as Canadians. It has not been the story of...
Okay, two things. He says all of our children safe. He did not keep Marissa Chen safe by bringing in a violent sexual predator from Syria. And there are countless other examples of people who don't share our values and don't share our morals and don't share our Western culture, who are attacking people for nothing other than being people in the West. This is happening in your Canada, Justin Trudeau. And this statement, I have no idea what you mean. I have no idea. Part of everything we need to do to keep Canadians safe is to keep people from a way out of this country is simply not the way we are as Canadians. What do you mean? We're going to listen to him say that one more time, because maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I'm the idiot who doesn't get this and he's talking complete sense. But this sounds like keeping Canadians in Canada, not letting them leave isn't who we are. That's what it sounds like he's saying. Like not letting Canadians leave Canada. That's not who Canada is. Right, you're right about that, but that has nothing to do with anything we're talking about. So here, I'm going to put it back to here.
Do everything we can to keep all our children safe.
All our children. Marissa Chen deserve to be kept safe.
A false dichotomy that says, well, part of everything we need to do to keep Canadians safe is to keep people from a way out of this country is simply not the way we are as Canadians. It has not been the story of this country. And it is not how we were going to build a brighter future. We benefit when people come from other parts of this world and bring their stories, bring their hard work, bring their hopes to build a better future for their kids and grandkids by contributing to this country. That is what has contributed so much to our success over these past centuries.
Whoa. Hold on. I had to check Google because, right? I was like, centuries? How old is... Oh, right. Yeah, we're... Right? Centuries. How long is a century? Maybe there's been a couple of centuries. Maybe a century is not the same thing to me and Justin Trudeau. Is he experiencing a century differently? Oh, right. It is 100 years. So centuries? Who are you, the Prime Minister? What? What are you talking about? What script are you running?
We still have much more work to do together. And at the time where the world is hardening its hearts to immigration and not seeing the economic benefits of welcoming in people who are looking for nothing more than the opportunity to work hard and build a better future for themselves and their kids, I think there's an extraordinary opportunity for...
Right. Okay, hold on. The economic benefit. The economic benefit? Okay, let's look at the economic benefit. In a year that we had budgeted, 2018 budgeted $173 million over 2 years for illegal border crossers, and they tried to say irregular, but they're illegal border crossers. See, it says stop, it's illegal to cross here. And we're on pace to spend $1 billion on just the processing of these people. So in addition, so it's about $540 million on the processing, or maybe $640 million on the processing, and then $200 million per province. See, 400 million, Watchdog says. Yeah, $1 billion. This is not a small amount of money. And he's saying that there are economic benefits? Where exactly? In the $36,000 per year that the Syrian families get, not including their child benefit law or child benefit whatever, and it's all tax-free, because why pay taxes on money that you're getting directly from the government, right? This is insanity. And this whole town hall, and I haven't watched all the town hall, so all of the town hall that I watched, which includes this video so far, was awful and continues to be awful. And the worst part is yet to come. Like, this whole thing is just jaw-droppingly awful. However, at this point, he gears into, the question was, Syrian refugees killed one Syrian refugee raped and murdered Marissa Chen, and nobody seems to have taken responsibility for that, despite the fact that Trudeau himself said he would take personal responsibility for any harm that came to anybody. Although I don't have the clip. If you've got the clip, please send it to me. Check your PVR. Maybe you were watching Justin Trudeau's speech and you didn't even know it. But he starts telling us, in the light of the question framed, a Syrian refugee murdered Marissa Chen, he says, oh, aren't we great for letting these Syrian refugees in, and our big hearts and stuff. It's just... Here it goes.
Canada, and we've actually seen it over these past years with initiatives we've had on the global skills strategy, which allows people to come to Canada to work and to create jobs for others. There have been extraordinarily positive examples. And on the issue of Syrian refugees, I have to say the fact that Canada and Canadians opened up our hearts and our homes and our communities right across the country to welcome 40,000 people who were fleeing for their lives from a country devastated by civil war, that have contributed in so many ways to making this country a better place, is something that I think we all can be proud of. We all can be grateful of the generosity of the many church groups, community groups, families who opened up their hearts and homes to welcoming people who were fleeing for their lives and wanted nothing more than to contribute to a better country.
Because it's lies. And the beginning of this question was, a Syrian refugee murdered a Canadian little girl, sir. And you say, isn't it wonderful that church groups are bringing in Syrian refugees and blah, 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 how grateful we are. What a disrespectful, arrogant, the things that you should not be leading a country. You shouldn't even be leading a corporation. My goodness. So the disrespect with which he answered that question just drives me crazy. And I think that Justin Trudeau is on track for very few seats in October of this year. Thank you very much for watching. Check out the People's Party of Canada.ca and have a wonderful day.